It's official. I just give up. Like, I am throwing up the white flag. I am done. I give up.
What did Ian do now?
You're hanging out with Monica and Jesse on 104.3 Fresh Radio. Funny that you knew it was my husband that you talked about.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yesterday we were running some errands and I get into his truck.
Yeah.
And at Christmas time, I bought this 2-pack of travel coffee mugs.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, very hot these days.
Well, and I mean, it's not because they're hot these days. I'm drinking it just because, it adds up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, even if I just have one tea a day, Monday through Friday, that's about like $12, and they mess it up half the time, right?
Yeah.
So it's incentive to make my own and perhaps choose something a little healthier, right? Like a green tea or something.
I know about Ian that, he likes a certain coffee shop.
Loves his coffee.
Yeah.
And we're talking 2 to 3 times a day. That's just Monday through Friday. Sometimes it's even 4 times a day. So I'm just like, well, hey, you know what? It does add up. There's some stuff we want to be doing around the house in the next little while.
Yeah.
Every little bit helps. Or we
Sure.
can use that money for a night out. Anyways, it doesn't matter. So I get him in our stockings, I get each one of us one of these cups. And I get into his truck yesterday. And I was like, oh, you're using it. That's great. What do you think about it? Because, it's a little bit bigger in size. He's like, oh, yeah. He's like, it's great. He's like, so what I did was this morning I went out and I bought 2 coffees. I pour one into the cup and then I drink the other one on the way to the job site.
Oh, no.
The look I just gave you, okay, is the look that I gave him. And then he realizes, oh, I'm missing the point here. I'm like, you are missing the point.
In
so
fact,
now,
yeah.
like, even though he's had that light bulb moment, I'm like, you are missing the point, honey.
He's doubling it. He's going the opposite direction.
Yeah, it's just like the whole idea is to save money. And I'm like, so why is it that, I'm like, what? You're supposed to make your coffee at home. I don't care if you get yourself 1 coffee, maybe
that's
2, but
funny.
that cuts it down from the 3 to 4 that he's sometimes getting in a day.
And I could just picture him
Right?
too, thinking like he's like doing what he's supposed to do. Now my coffee's gonna be warm all day.
You could see the wheels turning, right? And he was just coming up with a way to justify it. And he was like so proud that he did this and he still can have his coffee
Oh my
later
gosh.
on, because he is working right now in a,
Yeah.
in a spot that's like just kind of like out of the city. It's not like you can just drive down the road and go to Tim and find one every 2 minutes type thing, right?
Yeah.
So like I get that. I'm just like and then he's like, well, and I was like,
Good thing he
anyways.
didn't bring the even bigger thermos that he has, right?
He has one of the we're not talking one of the Stanley quenchers.
Yeah, right.
Okay, he has one of the big Stanleys that's about 2 quarts, so that's about 1.89 liters. So think about
you
how many
go.
coffees you can fit in that.
Ian, yeah, 4 or 5.
Oh,
Why
if I
not?
remind him of that, he's gonna pull that, and he's like, "Well, that's great. Then I can go to the drive-thru and buy 3 or 4 coffees and just pour them in one after another."
Okay, but in Ian's defense,
no, there's no defending
he works
him here.
outside. How's he gonna make
No,
coffee?
he's not working. No, He's working inside. And I mean, he has a warm coffee already that he can make at home and put in there.
Oh, that is the point, right? Yeah, of course. I can just imagine the way your face dropped when he said that. And he was probably so proud of himself.
He was. He's like, yeah, I'm using it. I was just like, but you're missing the whole entire point. This, I like people just don't like it's not even that they don't it's common sense.
Well,
Common sense.
you know what they say about that?
Oh, that people lack it?
It's not so common.
It's not so common. That's exactly it.
Ian, I hope you're not listening to us in the drive-thru right now.
No, it's a little too early for him, but somebody will tell him that we're talking about this. Young Moms of 104.3 Fresh Radio.